Hello, it's the Randy Duck and welcome back for another video. This time I've got 4 replays for you in the Tier 8 Russian Heavy Tech Tree Tank, the ISM, and as the title will tell you, this is my grind and the game where I achieved the 3rd mark of excellence. It's a line I've just been grinding out and I thought, hey, why not 3 mark this tank on the way? And I turned out really enjoying playing this tank. I know it's obviously the line's been in the game for a long time, but I've only just got around to doing it, and I've really enjoyed it. Now, before going with the tank, firstly, on the first replay here on Lakeville, I am extremely top tier, and because I am very top tier, I'm going to make it an aggressive play, which I can't always recommend doing. And it's very if, for example, if I was bottom tier, I'd never do this because it's only in one way I'm going to die. But because I am top tier and I've got a bit of decent armour, I was able to push into this aggressive position. Now I actually light the whole of the enemy team and put them in a lot of pressure basically, and I'm able to sort of side scrape quite nicely off this rock because of the rear mounted turret and get shots in with that big 390 alpha gun, which makes this tank really enjoyable to play. That big gun at tier 8, having that big alpha is really nice. Now, if you remember, there was a Hellcat earlier which we spotted in this bush, and I recognised that he was, good chance he was still there. He was, and I blind fired the bush and I ended up picking an extra shot of damage. I'm going to go for it again, see if he's still there, and unfortunately for the Hellcat he was. I feel a little bit sorry. He's probably wondering where those shots were coming from, but just because you get unspot does not mean you can't still be shot. Now we sort of pushed over. Our light tanks are sort of pushed around the right hand side of the map, which are distracting this Dragon, this Bulldog on the right, and I was able to get shots in. This IS-152, I don't want to take a shot off of that if I can, but thankfully for me, this wreck, this tank in front of me, is died in such a position which I'm able to sort of go hold down onto the wreck, and that's actually managed to bounce a shot off that ISU, which is nice, and then I managed to get one into the Dragon. I wasn't quite able to get one into the T29 because the turret was actually getting in my way, but I was able to pick up a shot into the Dragon, and yeah, this quite quickly we're ready to. We're kind of dominating this game now and putting the enemy under some real pressure. We picked up 3,000 damage already and 1,000 assistance from the spot at the start. I'm just trying to move a little bit forward. Because there's all the tanks on my right hand side, it's a little bit awkward. I need to get rid of this ISU so that I can basically continue my advance basically. But I'm trying to not take any more damage until I don't want to poke over and eat a damage. I'll get shot by an ASU 100 and bounce it, which is in the back. I'm even able to get a nice shot in because that ISU gets taken out, which is nice. And now we're able to sort of just try and collapse in on the enemy. But there is still something shooting me, which is this Bulldog on the right, but they are one shot to me, and I'm able to pick up another kill. Yeah, it's just actually, I must admit, I've had a lot of fun free marking this. I might even go on to 100% it just because I've enjoyed it that much. And yeah, this Dragon's crossed in the open. He pulls back round to get a nice shot through the engine, putting us under 4,200 damage. 3 tanks remaining. It's sort of clean up time now, if you're honest. We're not going to lose this game from this position. We're still pretty healthy and the enemy team is surrounded. It's just about trying to maximise and get as much damage out of this as we can. And we're just having a look. We've got this Panther 2 showing his rear. We get a nice shot in there, finishing them off. And then we're going to try and get some shots into this medium and just try and get as much in as we can before they quickly get taken out. We angle because might as well try and bounce a shot. But now hopefully we're just going to sit there, and even if we hit shot, we just want to get a reload in if we do. And that brings us an end to the first of the 3 replays. So what do? We managed to get 5 kills, 5,000 damage, 1,000 assistance, 1,800 blocked, and the high caliber. So yeah, that's it for the first replay. But like I say, we've still got 3 more to come. So I'll see you in the next replay in a bit. Okay, so here we are for the second replay of the video. This time on Canis, and we are in a tier 9 lobby with 1 fun police on each team. Now this game, unlike the last game, it's a bit more even throughout the game. Yeah, which is nice. It's, you know, at some points we're losing, and you know, it's a lot more enjoyable when it's nice and close. You know, and yeah, it's not just a complete one-sided victory. So yeah, so what we're going to do is the encountered counter version. So we've got the cap circle in the middle, which means realistically we don't have to worry about being capped out too much, because it's going to be very difficult to cap each other out with the cap being in the middle, and it's quite easy to get to. We're going to probably go over to that side at the start to see if any of the enemy team, you know, cross out of the town. We may be able to get some shots in, and it's quite, you know, being central is obviously always good, because wherever the enemy goes, you're going to be able to get shots in. Obviously with the front police we have to be a little bit careful, but this object 257 is crossing. We snap a quick one in. We don't pen, but we track them in place, but at least we managed to avoid eating one in return. And now we're going to get sort of behind a little bit cover and go for a cheeky shot in the brass. We don't hit that one either, but it looks like the 257 is going to poke out again. We may get an opportunity to get one in. He pokes out, we do get a shot in, but unfortunately we don't penetrate, but again, you know, we don't eat one in return, so no harm done. But what I would like to do is try and push forward to get into a position that I can get shots into this enemy heavy tanks, you know, keep them in an awkward situation, because they have pushed quite aggressively. I'll get one into the brass in a move, and now I'm in this position. It means this object 257 is in an awkward situation. Unfortunately for me, the E75 is face hugging him, which is making it very difficult for me to get shots in. He does pull back, which means I'm able to get my shot in, get one into the lower plate. This E75 does get taken out for his position. He was kind of caught in no man's land there. We want to get a shot into the brass, which we do, because obviously the brass is a very dangerous tank. We have swapped to the mini map, the small map, just because we want to know our surroundings. You can see this light tank's about to come up on us. And using this mini map, it's a lot easier to work out exactly where they're going. He missed his shot, and we dumped one straight into them, putting them onto a 2-shot to us now. He does get one shot into return. I'm trying to get a second shot in. Unfortunately, I don't quite have enough time to get that one in, which would have been really nice. A double tack would have put that light on a 1-shot for us. But we're thinking, is he going to come back round on us, or are they going to come back round on us? Because if they do, we're going to be able to put them on a 1-shot. They're going to cross, so hopefully we're going to try and get a shot in. We adjust our shot quickly, and we do get that one in, which is nice, because that puts us on that enemy light tank onto a 1-shot for us now. And then he comes back round into the corner, and we are able to finish them off. And that puts us on to, I think, about 2,000 damage. It is, you know, we're actually still 3 tanks down at this point, but you know, we're still healthy, we're still right in the game. We just need to try and make our shots count. We've seen there's this Scorpion M56. We're able to shut them down, evening up the scores a little bit. And you see from this location, being in the central of the map, I've got kind of shots everywhere. This Emil 1 has come round on us. This is a bit of a problem with it's been an autoloader, but it has bounced 2 shots now. So I think they've only got, you know, probably only got 2 more left in the chamber. You know, depending how much loaded they are. They bounce another shot, and now he's getting pushed by our heavy behind us, so he's kind of pushed behind him, pushed us out in the open, and we get a shot in, and by the looks of it, you know, they have dumped the mags, so they're reloading now, so we're able to just dump our shots in. And we're hoping to try and finish them off before they get around into cover, because obviously, you know, even though they are 1-shot, if they get round, you know, they can still cause a lot of damage, you know, with that, you know, that auto-loading gun. Unfortunately, they have got safe. Like I said, I do want to take this tank out, because I don't want to be getting an engagement where I get like pushed by a heavy or a tank, and then all of a sudden this mill comes down to punish me. So I'm going to see, you know, what's the safest approach to try and take this mill out. I think it's poking here. We do manage to shut them down. Getting rid of another tank, bringing it back to a 6 versus 9, so it's still pretty, you know, we still are down on the tanks, but we are surrounding these heavies, you know, where this Inferno is now, putting them in an awkward situation. We get try and aim a shot in. Maybe I had a little bit more time to aim that. Unfortunately, it hits the gun, Damages a gun, but doesn't actually, we don't penetrate, which is a shame. We missed out on a shot of damage. But they do get taken out in the end, putting us back to a 6 versus 5. And now we're going to try and approach, see where the rest of the enemy are. We spotted this E75, which is a one-shot. It would be high roll, but more likely a two-shot, a safe two-shot to us. And we're going to see if we can get a shot. But as we do that, this Leopard PTA pokes around. We're hoping, can we get one in? We're obviously not going to struggle penetrating the PTA. We do get one, putting them onto one shot, putting us onto just over 4,000 damage. And now we're seeing if we can get another shot in. They have actually, unfortunately, killed our Tiger P. I wasn't able to save them, but we are still in a good situation. Obviously, the enemy does still have a fun police, so this is why I'm not pushing all the way around, because I was scared of that fun police shooting. But I just spotted that fun police shot, so we're safe to get a shot in. Now, we get one into the Leopard PTA, putting them on a one shot. The E75 bounces a shot. We then get one in, so now we know we can eat a shot successfully off of the E75. Obviously, if I can help it, I'll try and bounce it, do my best to angle as I can. We do eat a shot. They must be using either a small gun or they've shot HE at me there. And we're able to finish them off, putting us onto just under 5,000 damage. And now we're in a 3 versus 3, but one of the enemy teams obviously is a fun police. This T Object 257, I think it's the one from the start of the game, is still pretty healthy. But we've also noticed we've got a Panzer Jacob behind us. That tank has incredible DPM. Obviously there's no armour though, so we're going to push through and get a shot in, putting them on a one shot. We eat a shot in return, but it then gets taken out. Even in the scores now back to a 3 versus 2. So we can just gang up on this heavy tank, and then we'll be able to just deal with the fun police. See who gets surprised at the end of the game. But first we've got to take care of this Object 257, because he obviously is still pretty healthy. If we get one shot in straight through the lower plate, we're going to try and squeeze another one in, which we do, putting them on a one shot, getting back into cover, putting us just over 6,000 damage. And now we're seeing, can we get the kill? It's going to come round, but unfortunately we don't manage to get the kill. But there is only one tank remaining, and that is the fun police. So rather than watch me chase that down, I'm going to leave you a bit of music, and I'll catch you in a bit. Okay, so there we have it. Unfortunately, we don't get the fun police kill at the end, but we do manage to get 4 kills of our own, 6,000 damage, and of course we pick up that ace tanker and the high caliber. So that's it for the second replay, but we've still got 2 more to come, so I'll stop rambling and I'll see you over there in a bit. Okay, so here we are for the third replay, the one just before the 3 mark video. This time we're on Muravanka. They are top tier again. There's one light tank and there's one fun piggy on each team, that little fun police. So we're going to go from this spawn, play the sort of 3-4 line, because we are in a heavy tank, and and we are top tier as well, so there is a good position for us to get in a lovely little brawl. The only factor is the fun police, but there's not a lot we can deal with that. We just got to accept it. So we're going to try and go play aggressive because we are top tier. Like I say, in the heavy tank, we know we're going to be able to bounce shots. We also know with that big 390 gun, we are going to be able to bully tanks, especially those low tier tanks. We're going to be able to put them under a lot of pressure. So we're going to head over. We sort of have a little look at the map. We know there's 3 tanks filled, a couple of mediums, and this Carnarvon's actually gone in very aggressively. And I've decided I'm just going to push straight in after him because there is tanks, friendly tanks there as well. Between us, we're going to make light work of this Carnarvon. Maybe I should have got the track shot in because I would have picked up quite a lot of assistance there off that tank. But no, we didn't do that, but we do manage to pick up a few damage and a kill. From this position, like I say, this is actually really good for my tank. As you can see, I'm side scraping off this mound, only really exposing my turret, and yeah, it's the perfect sort of situation for me. Like I said, the only problem I have got is fun police could hit me, but they've got other targets to shoot at, they go for me there, but the mound's keeping me, it's at least making me a little bit harder to get hit with the artillery. Obviously not impossible, but it's a little bit harder. The baby Black Prince has got his big boy pants on. He's very brave, but not advisable. And they've just pushed straight into me, and I'm now to just be able to pick up a free kill here, as we do, and get a nice little bit of damage. And also that wreck is making it awkward for the team because I've got even more of a hard cover now. You can see I can just poke out and get shots to this Tiger P. So where that Black Prince has died, it's probably made it awkward for the enemy team, which is good for us. We pick up another kill, another shot of damage. This Tiger P is now 1 shot, so we're going to be able to finish this tank off. We're looking for the shot, we bounce a shot, and we do pick up the kill there. Now we've got this Barras. Now I probably shouldn't overextend this much because I overextend to get a shot into the Barras, but then what goes on and happens is it means that Unskinned Stone Cold does a double tap into me, by me over peaking, which is yeah. But at least we got rid of the Barras, and we are still alive. Got to be careful. There's a Borsig over there, which I've just managed to bounce a shot off of. Now I do want to try and get a shot into this Stone Cold. Unfortunately, my team's is a little bit awkward because I'm trying to reverse side scrape out to get a shot, but I wasn't quite able to. I'm hoping I can try and finish this tank off now, but I'm kind of getting my friendly teams catching me a little bit there. It probably was an accident, but we do manage to finish that kill, and we do get the Stone Cold. And now, although the game's fairly even, we've done the hard part here. I know the enemy team can push for our base, but what I want to do, I just want to clear these tank destroyers, and then I can turn around for the base if I need to. I've still got cover protecting our base at the moment, so I'm not under any immediate danger. I want to just push these TDs, get rid of them. But as we do that, we spot an opportunity to get a shot at the artillery. The gun depression was just a little bit awkward though, and that kind of delayed me getting a little bit more damage. But you obviously, you're going to stop to try and get a shot into the fun police if you can. But we wasn't able to. But we are able to shut down the Borsig, picking ourselves another kill. And now we're going to go and push into this Hellcat, see if we can finish him off and get ourselves another kill as well, which we are able to. And I think that puts us on to our 6th kill. And there is still 4 tanks remaining. So at this point, I'm thinking, probably a good chance of maybe getting a Radleys. As we approach, we're not going to waste time going for the fun police because we're not going to get there before our team. But we are going to stop just to see if they do get spotted, maybe we can get a quick shot in. Unfortunately, they are behind a ridge, so that's not possible. Now I know these Infernos, they were sort of in the field location, so that's where I'm going to start to head. And there you go, we've spotted a medium in the middle now, so I'm going to go and see if we can get a shot in. Like I say, I'm on 6 kills, so I'm thinking, it's a good chance I could potentially pick up another kill here, get a devastate at least. This Inferno's caught properly in the open. We get one in, getting another shot of damage in. We're hoping to try and get this kill in to see, potentially, kill the tank. Unfortunately for us, we do get the shot in, but we don't manage to get the damage and kill. Probably could have delayed and just gone for the kill, but I wanted the damage instead because obviously I was, on the road to marking the tank. and that puts us on to just about 5,000 damage. Now we've got this VK. We go for a shot. You can see I wiggle my gun in frustration there. Probably just bad aiming on my part, but nevertheless we do manage to get another shot in. Again, we just miss out on the kill there, but we get a shot of damage. And there is one tank remaining, which is the other Inferno. And now we're just going to push over. I kind of want the Inferno to shoot me just so I know where it is, but it gets lit up anyway. So we're hoping, you know, maybe can we get another shot in on the Inferno. We're looking for a potential shot side on at the moment so we can actually pen this, and we do pick up another pen, bring this over the 6,000 mark. And now we're hoping, can we just get this kill? Unfortunately for me, get shut down just in before I do manage that. But that brings us into this game. We don't manage to get anything more than a 6 kills. We do get a 6 kills, 6,000 damage, block 1,600. So a decent game nonetheless. Obviously the high caliber, the top gun, and the ace. But that is it for this replay, and we got one more where we obviously achieved the 3rd mark. So I'll see you there in a bit. Okay, so we're finally here, the final replay of the video, and of course this is one where we achieved the 3rd mark of excellence. And we're on Canis here. We are top tier again. This time it's a standard battle, and we have a fun place on each team. And yeah, I think at this stage we were fairly close to 3 marking it, and I knew I didn't need a spectacular game. I just needed to get around, I don't know, 3,500, between 3,500 to 4,000. You know, at that sort of point, we know we're going to be able to secure the 3rd mark of excellence. So I was just going into this game just thinking, let's just get that. You know, don't need anything massive. Let's just get that damage, and then we'll be okay. This light tank popped right round in a really aggressive scouting route, and we do manage to punish him, putting a shot in there, getting our first penetration, bit of damage, which is always a nice start. We're hoping he's going to expose himself again, see if we can get a 2nd shot in. Unfortunately, it doesn't quite work out that way. We're getting detected, and I don't really fancy sitting there, for too long. But like I said, we are top tier now, and I'm going to make an aggressive push. Again, it's not always advisable to do, if you're bottom tier, but I know I'm top tier. I know I can bully the tanks, and I know I want to push to make sure I do get my damage out of this game. Now, making this cross, I'm expecting that I probably could potentially eat a shot from the TDs camping at the base. That's exactly what happens. I get shot by the striker, but he's only going to get 1 into me, which is fine. I'm okay with that. We then get a shot into this poor tier 6 tank. So he's going to really struggle to deal with us here. And then he gets shut down by the Borsig, and we pick up a little bit of assistance. And now we're in the location we wanted to be. A lot of the enemy team have pushed straight through the town. I'm looking to try and engage the camping tank destroyers at the base. You see I'm already turning my turret because I suspect I know where they're going to be. We get a nice shot into the mill, which is lovely, putting us on to sort of 1,400 damage. We can see, can we get another one in? Unfortunately, it's just not possible, but this striker is not looking at us, and we get 1 in there, putting us onto 2k. So we're well on our way of getting the requirements for the 3rd mark. We're hoping to try and get another one into striker, which we do, putting the striker on a 1 shot, and putting us into 2,300 damage. Unfortunately, the striker has now got wise to that, and has sort of got back down safe, and it's not poking at the moment. But we just spotted a enemy TD. We're having a look what it is. It's a Nashor, and we're going to go around here. We're going to get a shot in, and then quickly back in cover before the enemy TDs can put a shot into us. I obviously want to get rid of this Nashor, and it's going to keep us proxy spotted. I lock on, and then I kind of mess up there, and that sort of little delay is meant I've had a shot from the striker. But we do get an extra shot in of damage in, which is fine. Now, I'm kind of overspending here, looking to get a shot into the striker. We do get 1 in, blind, finishing them off, picking up the kill, putting us on to just over 3,000 damage. But we do eat 1 in return. But I can't take those hit points with me, and if it meant clearing that tank quicker, I was okay with it, to be honest with you, because this game now I've cleared those TDs, I'm able to come behind the enemy heavy tanks. I also just pick up a kill on the fun police on the way, which is, you know, is good. At this point, I'm thinking I've probably got the third mark, but maybe I just need to get an extra one shot of damage in. Will definitely secure it for me. So I'm going to try and push as quickly as I can to try and catch up with the enemy tanks pushing through the town. Like I said, at this point, I'm just thinking, oh, can I just get one full pen in, and then that's probably going to be enough. You know, with that little bit of assistance we've got and the 3,600 damage we've already got so far. So I'm pushing. I know there was a tiger this way. We're hoping to get behind him before we get shut down by our friendly team, and we are able to get a lovely shot in there, putting us on to 4,000 damage. Now that is probably going to be it for us, and we know at this point we've got the third mark of excellence, and all that's left is to get to that scoreboard and we can see how we got on. So we got 4 kills, 4,000 damage, 300 assistance, only the first class, but we do achieve the third mark of excellence. And that is it for the third mark of excellence video of the ISM. Thank you so much for watching. As always, you know, you've been fantastic. Happy tanking.
Enemy in sight! Hadouken!